good stuff. Oh,
that's good till it ain't good.
But when I go to Cheers,
It's good till it ain't good.
I'll be drinking Natty Lights, and I'll just sip that with it.
You ever been
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
You ever been completely fireball drunk?
No.
You wake up the next morning, you don't remember a fucking thing.
Well, that happens to me.
Oh.
Hey, I'm Dan Foulds.
Hey, and I'm Brandon Bain.
Hey, look, guys, this is Rubbin and Grubbin. Rubbin is racing.
Grubbin is tasting.
Look, we are so glad that you're here with us. We hope you hang around for a little bit. He's a shooter. I'm a sipper. I'm a sipper.
Yeah, man.
And I've got a little sunshine right here.
Yeah, I feel a little warm from that. I'm warmed up pretty good.
There's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world right now. Incoming! But actually, right here, everything's okay. It's like, we're cool. We're cool. Life is...
Actually, take a gulp.
There is a lot going on, but I would encourage you to just look around you right this instant. Do you have room to breathe? Are you warm? Are you safe? The sky is not falling. It's going to work out. Everything will be okay.
Yep.
And we are about a month away from NASCAR racing.
Yeah, man, we're not far at all. I mean, February 9th, man, Clash at Daytona. We get some cars back on the track and get to see it on the road course there at Daytona, man. So
I'm stoked.
I'm stoked.
I am so stoked. Hey, look here. It's time for the Grubbin word of the day. If you're over 21 years of age, play along until you hear one of us say this word. Now, he has no idea what the word is. I got no idea what the word is. By the magic of technology, LB will put that word somewhere up above our head.
Right up here
at some point
somewhere.
in the video. And when you hear somebody say that word, do like that. Cheers. Hey, look, Rubbin and Grubbin's going to participate in the Coach's Corner Sports Network Charity Bowling Challenge. And you know, I found out about this when a text message said, you're going to be in a charity.
Hey,
you're going to be in a charity bowling.
I am super stoked about
Do you know how
this
to
ball.
bowl?
I'm not going to play my hand, but I mean, I've been known to knock a couple pins down here and there, man.
Look,
I'm not going to play
the
my
best
hand.
thing I can do,
yeah.
The best thing I can do is try to keep the ball
Hey,
between
that's
the
it.
gutters.
Keep it on the lane, baby. That's it. Keep it on the lane. We'll
Of
be all
anybody
right.
watching this video, I'll tell you one thing right now. I'll make a boast right now, and I'll bet you there ain't nobody going to beat me. Of anybody that sees this, I'm the only son of a bitch that you will ever see that I've actually been a pin setter in a bowling alley.
There it is.
I was a pin setter at
There
Stetson
it is.
University with a manual rack where you had to set the pins back up. I know there ain't nobody else that's ever been a pin setter. Now,
Oh, Travis and Spencer's talking
the Hot
that
Grits
ish?
podcast is already talking about.
Oh, man.
Okay, well now.
Well, I mean,
it's not real.
I'll put it out there like this, man. If you guys are so good, you tell me what you want to spot me in this bowling game, and we'll bowl. I mean, you know, if you guys are so good, spot me something then. Or you guys tell me what you want to play for, and that's what we'll play for. So that's between shows. I'm sure they'll come back on that. They watch this here and there. So
okay, now
you guys
I was
name
a little
the rules.
uncomfortable.
Not on Dan. This is on me.
We're gonna rise to the occasion.
You tell me what you want to play for, what the bet is, and we'll shake on it and go on from there.
There you go. Now we'll rise to the occasion. If people are talking smack, we'll rise to the occasion.
The thunder's coming, bro.
Listen.
I'm telling you right now, the thunder is coming. Hey, we're gonna show up and do the best thing we can for here in Rubbin and Grubbin, and
we're gonna make some money.
Hey, I tell you what, age is a virtue, bro. Let's just put it like that.
There it
Age
is.
is a virtue.
There it is. We are going to participate in that. So who we got? We got the 19th hole live with the Herb brothers.
Yep.
We got the coach Carl DeMasi Sports Report with the coach and the athletic director, the AD Chad Griffin. And we got the Hot Grits podcast. And we're going to battle it out on the lanes for bragging rights. And we're going to raise a ton of money for our favorite charity. More details to come.
I feel like there's going to be a trophy involved too, and when there's a trophy involved, it really gets real. So,
yeah.
We're going to have to find out, man. It's gonna be a good time, man. There again, always for a good cause, going to a local charity. That's what this is all about. Spencer and Travis know that. Coach Carl knows that. We know that. Herb brothers know that, man. All it's about is having a really good time with a good group of guys here at Coaches, that we all have a common outlet. We all do our sports shows up here or on podcasts, and at the end of the day, we're all one big family, man. It's all in fun, but man, it's going to be a blast. I'm ready, man.
You know, when you talk about those two young guys, I just had a thought. doesn't matter whether you're 8 or 80. We got something for you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And
we got something for you on the
I say young guys. I mean, they're really, I mean, I got them by a few. You got them by, you know, a little bit more than I got. But, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I mean, we're all in it for the same cause, good cause.
I got clothes older than those two.
Right. Just to get it out there, man, and the causes that we represent and the charities we love supporting, that's what it's all about. So at the end of the day, it's camaraderie, fun, man. And like I said, Travis, Spencer, you guys come up with that bet, and we'll talk about it, shake hands, man, what it is, and we'll go at it, man. We'll do battle.
NASCAR news. Okay, so there's no race right now, but there's getting ready to be races, and there is things going on in NASCAR. We're 31 days away from the green flag dropping at the Daytona 500, and we are going. If you want to go to the Daytona 500 with us, with the Grubbin and Grubbin crew, drop a comment, drop a news. We're going to go buy tickets. We're going to ride down there the morning of. We're going to go watch the race in whatever capacity they'll let us. We'll probably get some motel rooms that night, because I have determined that the way to get the motel room is you just show up at the last minute, because a lot of people have had to get the rooms for 3 days. They're left. We're going to go down there. We're going to go to a Hooters or something that looks like a Hooters. We're going to eat chicken wings. We're going to look at attractive things, and then we'll come back the next day. You can do that with us. Drop a comment. NASCAR Sunday driver Haille Deegan to sensitivity training following her use of a slur during an online iRace. This is 2 times that people iRacing where they...
It is. And you know what people are failing to realize, these are young people, man. And our generation, if you were born in the later 80s, 90s, even maybe today, I'm not so sure about how it goes, but I mean, some of this word, I mean, maybe not so much what Kyle Larson said. I mean, I understand the context he said it in. Obviously, you know better than to say that, depending on what you're doing. But this word right here, I mean, yeah, it's derogatory, and yes, it is offensive. Do not get me wrong. I think that, unfortunately, in 2021, this is the world that we're coming into, to where when you say a word, no matter what, people are offended. I think that we need to take the words that are being said into context of how they're said. It was not like she derogatorily said this word to somebody that suffered from a mental condition,
right?
Or had underlying issues of, you know what I mean? It's just something that we got to take into context, man. I mean, I understand they're a big personality, they're sponsors, there's millions of dollars, whether it's you or whether it's sponsorship that you're representing. And I understand that's where the backlash majority comes from, is the fact that you are a face and you have sponsors that you're representing, and they go, okay, we can't do that. I get that. Like, they want clean cut, nice, smile on the camera.
They want perfect.
Look really good. They represent our brand and walk away, right? So I understand that. I just think we're getting a little crazy. We have to take into context the way that these words are spun. Rightfully so. She's got to go through her sensitivity training, as did Kyle Larson. She'll come out on the other side of it, and this girl has an uber amount of talent. It's already been displayed. It's only going to be a matter of time before she climbs the ranks, man. So, you know, hey, it's only a mistake if you don't learn from it. We say that all the time, said that numerous times on the show. So I know she's going to learn from it. She'll move forward. It's going to be, you know, 3 weeks down the road, it'll be in the backside of her career, and here we are talking about her, you know, finishing top 10, top 5s, polls, wins, who knows. So the sky's the limit for you, Haille Deegan. Take this in, you know, grab a hold of it and ride it. I mean, that's it, man. So
I'm reminded of two statements that I heard when I started being a writer about the air medical helicopter industry. Because I was an EMS helicopter pilot, and I was also a writer for a magazine. And I remember climbing onto a bus one time, and there was a senior leader of a company called MedTrans. And I was with a woman who's a friend of mine who worked for him, and he looked at her, and he looked at me, and he said to her, "Be careful what you say."
Right.
Right? Because I'm writing for a magazine, and everything you say, I may put in the magazine. So that's kind of reality. You just got, words matter. The word, by the way, words matter. That was my director of operations at Air Methods. Yeah, he said words matter. So you do got to be careful what you say, especially if it could be construed as hateful to anybody. Yeah,
or derogatory. I don't think she meant it in a hateful way. It wasn't hateful.
It was just a careless, off the cuff.
Right. And, you know, here's another thing, man, that we got to take in. These are their time off. They're not on the camera. They're not on the track. They are online, and of course everybody's being recorded. Right. Everything's being recorded and this and that. So you got to keep that in mind. But I was always told there's two things you can never get back in this world, and that's words and time.
Yep.
So once you say a word, it's out there, and once a minute's gone, it's gone. You can't get it back, right?
Yep.
So it's two things to keep in mind, but she's young. She's got a hell of a career coming forward for her. So, I mean, this is going to be a little minor setback. Do your thing, learn from it, and keep moving forward, man. I just think as people,
I'll tell you what I think she's going to do.
I just think we got to have a little bit thicker skin and context. Now, if it would have been a blatant call out of somebody who suffered from a disability, I can completely understand. But it wasn't used in that context. Kyle Larson's a little different. That was a timing thing, and obviously that word is not meant to be used by anybody. We all understand that, and that's fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, some of these things, man, as people, we just got to have a little thicker skin. That's it, man. I mean, we can't let words hurt. I mean, you know, I'm rubber, you know, you're glue, what bounces off me sticks to you type thing. I mean, that's kind of what you got to live by, man. I mean, if I was to sit here and say anytime everybody put me down or called me an SOB or called me an a-hole or way worse than that.
The night's not over.
I mean, damn, you know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, I'd be curled in the corner going, man, what's wrong with all these people? My feelings are so hurt. But, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, what's right's right and what's wrong. At least she owned up to it. She apologized for it. She's going to do what she needs to do to come out on the other side of it. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. We're going to, you know, sun's going to rise tomorrow. Got to keep moving forward. So, head up, Haille, head up. That's it.
Chris, how do you pronounce his name? Monez? Chris Monez. Chris, I'm sorry, sir. Chris Monez recently announced that he has been hired as the spotter for Hendrick Motorsports driver Kyle Larson. Unfortunately, Chris, you're already out of a job. He announced in a post on his Twitter feed on January 1 he would be spotting for Larson and the number 5 NASCAR Cup Series team in 2021. Following an apparent uproar, here we go again, from some of his social media posts, a spokesman for Hendrick Motorsports announced last Tuesday that Monez is no longer with the team.
Damn. Well,
and so now it's Cliff Daniels. Listen,
that goes back to once you say words, you can't get it back, man. So
there's been more people screwed by Facebook and Twitter. Let's
explain this. Let's explain
Turn
this.
off the Twitter.
So the way that this goes down is if you are naive to think enough as an organization of Hendrick Motorsports does not have people that look into everything that you have ever posted on social media to think if there is one thing that can come back and get you, you are naive. And obviously on his Facebook or his social media, there was things or comments or posts that he had made that did not work out in the favor of Hendrick. Hendrick is a very tight ship. I have said this from day one. I thought Kyle Larson was going to land that ride way before any of that stuff happened with Kyle Larson.
Right.
And I did not think he had a shot after what happened with the way that Hendrick carries himself. He did his thing. I'm sure that Kyle Larson showed him he is an uber amount of talent, but at the end of the day, they are very particular about the way their organization is set out in this public eye. And if you have one thing derogatory on your page, man, obviously it'll come back to get you. So there again, watch what you say, watch what you do, and mind your P's and Q's, man.
Here's my personal philosophy: dogs, cats, and boat rides. That's it. Dogs, cats, and boat rides.
Let me tell you what mine is. Mine is family, very close friends, and my wife informing me on when a family member of very close friends writes me. I'm not on that, man. That's not my vibe. I could care less.
Well,
I don't have to connect with the world.
It sure does get a lot of people in
I have
trouble.
to go to work every day and make my ends meet either way, and I got to watch my NASCAR as I always do anyway, so that is the least of my worries, man.
The Chilli Bowl Midget Nationals at the Tulsa Expo Center. Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Good race, man.
Began
One of the best
Monday.
races, man.
NASCAR stars Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell, who have combined to win the last 4
and that would be
Chilli Bowl titles.
And that would be Christopher Bell on the most part because Larson won his first one. So let's be clear, Christopher Bell's been smoking that A over there on that dirt, boy.
So if it's 4 and there's 1 and that's 3.
Correct.
They are the headliners. Fellow NASCAR competitor J.J. Yaley, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Newman, Justin Allgaier, Ricky Stenhouse, a.k.a. Wreckhouse Jr., and Alex Bowman will also compete alongside.
Yeah, I mean, you got Casey Kane in there.
Santino Ferrucci.
Yeah, you got Casey Kane in there. You got Rico Abreu. I don't know.
Rico's
won
Kane.
it. Right, Casey Kane, Rico Abreu. He's won it before. But why are we not mentioning the real name that's actually probably going to win it this weekend? That's going to be Chase Elliott, bro. I mean, are you kidding me?
When did Chase Elliott come?
Like
Race at 8 o'clock.
Right, 8 o'clock tonight.
We need to find it out.
Watch what I tell you.
We're going to find it
Watch what I tell you. This is the only third or fourth time the man's been in the midget on dirt. He's getting ready to own it, man.
I'll bet it's on YouTube. I bet you can find it on YouTube.
They actually are live streaming every single heat event through, I can't remember the name of the stream, but if you go on and Google it, it'll come up, and then
we're going to watch
there's
it
a TV network that is going to have it live on Saturday night. Mavis TV is going to have it live Saturday night on those A, B, and C mains. But like I said, you heard it here first. I'm telling you right now, Chase Elliott's getting ready to go out here and just own them, man, on this dirt.
I want to say this name one more time. Santino Ferrucci.
It's nice.
Get after it. Briscoe raced Monday night and finished 7th. He will have to race in the qualifier on Saturday to get into the finals. Kyle Larson dominated his race on Tuesday night and is the odds-on favorite to win.
I mean, if you've been keeping up with this man since he got let go by Ganassi, at one point it was 84 races, 42 wins on dirt. I know he's already accumulated more on both.
He's a man on fire. He's a man on fire.
The kid's ridiculous, man. I mean, everybody knew that when it comes to dirt, that's it. I'll go ahead and call it out right here, right now. January, what's today's date? What's the date? 13th or something like that? 12th? What's today's date?
13th.
January 13th. When we get to Bristol Motor Speedway in this Covenant Dirt, if you don't take Kyle Larson to win it, you're dumb. I promise you. I'm going to be drawing Kyle Larson. I'll give you every pick I got to take that one car. I promise you.
My oldest son turns 41 in 4 days. Don't let me forget.
Kid dominates.
All right, NASCAR competition officials had a brief Tuesday afternoon during the test of the next-gen car at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Kurt Busch drove the prototype at the 1.5-mile track as officials worked to sort through adjustments to some of the car's components. That model is set to debut in the Cup Series in 2022.
Yep.
And Tuesday's closed session marked its first on-track time since a one-day test at Daytona International Speedway last month. NASCAR wanted to return to Charlotte with Busch to collect direct comparisons of data and driver feedback.
Yeah, they had a test. It was Kurt Busch and Martin Truex Jr. It was the first time the next-gen car was on track more than one at a time.
Yes.
Now, this test here, Kurt Busch was very happy to get the call back and do the testing. He said he was very impressed with the changes that NASCAR had made since the first test that he did.
Yes.
As this year progresses, I'm sure you're going to see a lot more testing. They're going to get this car lined up. It is a very good-looking car. Hopefully, the aerodynamics and race package they have is very similar to what we have now. I think the one thing that we lack now in this is the throttle response. I wish there was a little bit more throttle response. Where on some of those 1.5 miles we saw this year, you get behind the guy, you can get right up to him, but you can't get by him. I think a little bit more play for the driver in the foot is going to be a little bit better. It's probably something they've heard as well. We just got to wait and see what's going to come out, but it's exciting news, man.
When you say throttle response, are you talking about what the engine does when I push the gas pedal down?
I'm talking what the engine
does.
Correct. Does it go? Does it stall a little bit? Does it take a while to get going? I mean, as we know, in the lower horsepower package we have now, higher downforce,
that's the 550,
it's slammed to the ground. You don't want to lift. If you have to lift that throttle, you lose so much. To gain it back, it's going to take you 1.5 laps, 2 laps to get that speed back. As in years past, that throttle response on a 750 horsepower package or whatever the package may be, you hit that throttle, you can control the car through the throttle.
Okay.
And a lot of drivers are good at that. Kyle Busch, I think that's what hurt him this past year, was the fact that it wasn't as responsive as what it has been in years past. But it's just something they got to work on, and I don't think the racing was bad. I thought this racing this past year was some of the best racing we've had.
I was so freaking happy to see it. Holy
awesome,
crap,
man.
dude.
So
it was the only show in town.
It's finding that fine medium balance of what's really good for the throttle response and what's really good for the side-by-side racing, and keeping that square. And I think NASCAR's doing a great job at it. Like I said, when they make this new gen car, let's let it roll for 4 or 5 years before we make any changes. And I know it's not going to go like that. I know this is a sport that technology plays a huge part in.
Yes.
Halfway through the season, we're already going faster than what we were at the beginning. If you let them roll 4 years, the numbers you see on year 1 compared to year 5 are going to be astronomical. But I really hope they keep this rule base, let these teams advance, let the engineers advance on this, build the cars they do. It's only going to be better racing to come.
The first truckloads of dirt arrived this past weekend to Bristol Motor Speedway in preparation for the upcoming dirt race. He's not a fan.
I'm not giving my opinion until I see it, but no, I am not a huge fan of that. That is just my personal opinion. I feel like you are taking away one of the best races that NASCAR has on asphalt on that half mile and doing something crazy. As NASCAR as a sport, if that is what you honestly...
Oh, you got to come back over here.
If that is honestly what you wanted to do, if you wanted to go out and race a half-mile dirt,
honestly think that we should have found a track that is already a dirt track.
Eldora!
And race those cars on. Eldora is a little small, whatever it may be, wherever across the United States. At the end of the day, I think we should have found a track already dirt, not taking away a Bristol asphalt race that leads to be one of the best races of the year. That's just me. That's my personal opinion. But at the end of the day, that's where we're at. Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Eldora or Barberville
yeah,
or New
much.
Smyrna.
Thank you.
So, here's a question for you, dear watcher, dear listener. How many truckloads of dirt, dump trucks of dirt, do you think it takes to conduct a dirt race at Bristol?
Can I answer?
Rock on with that.
I hadn't even seen. I don't read the script. I don't read anything. Any notes that we got on here. I'm gonna say truckloads of dirt on a half mile, very high bank. It's probably got to be about 2 foot. I'm gonna say somewhere in there, packed. Let's go.
He works construction.
Let's go like 12,300 loads of dirt.
He's only 1,700 off. It's 14,000.
That ain't bad.
It's 14,000 loads.
14,000
Holy
loads
shit.
of dirt. That ain't bad,
14,000. Now look here. 14,000 trucks going to and fro.
Hey, well, I'm glad it's 2021 and not 1971, because what that tells me, there's going to be a lot of folks out there shoveling back in 71.
Oh, yeah.
2001 or 2021 going to be a lot of stuff getting dumped and pushed around. I can
That
promise
is
you that,
about approximately how many dump trucks have driven out to Elba Island full of concrete to build Elba Island.
I don't know what DOT regulation has on a dump truck. If Bart was here, Bart could tell me the exact amount in his day of tonnage. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be under 22 tons per truck.
Yes.
Depending on cubic yards. I don't exactly know what the cubic yards are on the average dump truck, but
Yes.
I'm going to say quite a few. If they're starting now and it's January, it doesn't happen till March or April.
They're doing something earlier, I think. They're doing something in February, LB?
1st of March, they're having the dirt nationals.
First of
Dirt
March,
Nationals.
Dirt Nationals.
No, so I mean, at least they're playing this into their hand to get more bang for the buck on the track.
Why
I mean,
not?
I like that.
It's
So
only $5 a load.
I like $5 a load is what they getting charged. Shoo, man,
No, I don't
somebody's
believe that.
wheeling and dealing behind them scenes.
NASCAR and Motor Trend have teamed up to provide race fans with a free 1-year subscription to the Motor Trend app. Fans who are eligible for the free access include if you bought a ticket to 2019 or 2020 NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series, or Camping World Truck Series events at NASCAR on Tracks. Hey, look, if you're one of those people, check out for your free app. Look here, rumors about Martin Truex Jr. not returning to the number 19 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota for this year, have been shot down. Martin's coming back.
Yeah, are you crazy? I mean, all right, so here's something right here. And I read this earlier this week on NASCAR on their site. All right, so they had this comparison of who is going to have a bigger rebound season in 2021, Martin Truex Jr. or Kyle Busch. What do you feel on this? Who's going to have a bigger rebound season?
Kyle Busch.
You think so?
Dead cat bounce.
Tell me why.
Dead cat bounce.
Tell me why.
I think Kyle Busch is a better driver than he performed last year.
Okay.
And I think they're going to have a come to Jesus, or they're having come to Jesus meetings. They're going to freaking sort some stuff out. They're better than that.
You think so?
Yeah, whatever happened to them, they're going to say, we're not doing that again.
Yeah. I mean, I can agree with that. I mean, he struggled a majority of the year, only got 1 win there, had some really good runs, didn't
Look,
really
we
get
had
the
this car
finishes.
upside down
Yeah,
for
we did forever, and he'll start out the same
I
way
don't
next
actually
year.
like Kyle Busch either.
But-
No offense. I don't really like him that much, but but I recognize talent where I see
you
it.
respect that.
The guy is good.
All right, so my opinion, I'm on the opposite side of the fence, and I'm going to tell you why. I think Martin Truex Jr. is going to have a better rebound year, which what caught me off guard about the question was, how can you call 2020, a down year for Martin Truex? I mean, he was right there. He was right there in the thick of the playoffs, right there making his move. I mean, had some good stuff going, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Last year, guess what? He had a brand new crew chief. Cole Pern retired from him. New crew chief, getting it all put together. Still had extreme amount of success. Made that, final what?
He did some complaining.
He did. I mean, whatever. They're all going to complain when they're not winning, right? I mean, that's just what it is. But at the end of the day, he had to take in a new crew chief, rework all that language I used for so many years with the same guy, get it figured out. When I tell you this is what I need. It's not so much of me saying that. This is what I mean.
Right.
Now, you know what it is in 2021? While you say Kyle Busch, guess what Kyle Busch has?
A new crew chief.
Brand new crew chief. Now, I've got a year under the belt with the guy that's been on top of my box and Martin Truex going, okay, we had a year to figure it out. Now we got to put it all together in year 2.
Right.
Now, what I also look at is the fact Truex was there numerous times and just couldn't quite get that win. I mean, we saw him dominate at Martinsville. We saw him get, running up front at numerous races, just kind of losing the handle, falling back. And that's that relay of information from me to you. Hey, make these changes. This is what I need.
Right.
Now, Kyle Busch is the biggest talent in the sport. There is never a question that we have ever debated that. To me, Kyle Busch is the best driver that is out there right now. I love Chase Elliott, but I think Chase Elliott takes a team. He's young. He's new. This guy's been doing it for a very long time. This guy will drive the wheels off of anything.
Okay.
But we got a new guy that's making all the changes when I come in. I do not think that Kyle Busch has the rebound this year. I think he has a better season than what he did in 2020, but I do not foresee him making a bigger rebound than what Martin Truex does this year. I think Martin Truex wins more races, more consistent, better consistency.
What do you think, fans? What do you all think? Drop us a comment. Let us know. This is your show. Tell us what Kyle Busch or Martin Truex.
Bigger rebound year.
Who's going to come up and be better? Spectacular. According to the Vegas odds, Kevin Harvick is the favorite to win the 2021 Cup Championship. Big. Here are the other top 10 favorites. Okay, so it's Kevin Harvick. He's 5-1. Chase Elliott.
Oh, stop right there. You might as well just stop right there.
He's 7-1.
Might as well stop.
Hamlin is 7-1. Logano's 7-1. Kyle Busch 7-1. That's a tie basically. Keselowski's 8-1. Truex 8-1. Kyle Larson's 12-1. Blaney's 16, and Alex Bowman is 28-1.
Yeah. I think that's a little wild, man. I mean, honestly, how can you put Kevin Harvick at being number 1 when a guy in number 2 just sat here and won the championship? He won at Martinsville, dominated, drove all the way back up through there, showed you what he can do to turn around and go to Phoenix and dominate and smoke it. Now, you got a guy in Kevin Harvick won 9 races, but you couldn't even make the Final 4. Because you choked when it mattered, unfortunately, as a team. I'm not saying as a driver. Nothing against Kevin Harvick. I like him. I respect him.
Right.
But at the end of the day, as a team, you choked to make that Final 4. You won 9 races. You were dominant all year. You killed it. You get down to that end of the season.
There was some sketchy stuff at the end of the year.
You get down to the end of the season, and you choked. So, how can you put him at 5-1, and you have Elliott tied with Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, who didn't even get down there, Keselowski at 8-1. You got Chase Elliott at 7-1. Chase Elliott's got to be number 1, dude. He's coming back off his best dominant season.
Can you tell he's a Chase Elliott man?
At almost 25 years old. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen this year. Let me tell you what's going to happen. What's going to happen is you're getting ready to see the best Chase Elliott you have ever possibly seen in your life. You are getting ready to see this kid show his dominance, show his talent, and show you why he was so highly talented and recruited when he was a kid. He's coming to own it. I'm telling you right now. I tell you all the time, it's streaky sport.
Yes.
The way he ended that season, the high that he rode out through this offseason, when he comes back down. Now, don't get me wrong. Daytona, I put him in the top 5. Maybe not a win, but in the top 5. But when we get down in the nitty-gritty, you will see Hendrick Motorsports, that number 9 car, perform better on 1.5 miles. And you already know, second race of the year is a road course. First time they raced it, who won it?
Your boy.
Chase Elliott won it. Guess what's going to happen second time? Chase Elliott's going to win it again. That's what I'm telling you right now. You cannot rank Chase Elliott below Kevin Harvick, period. That's just it. That's my opinion. That is what it is, but hands down favorite. Now, if you're talking about these odds and you're looking for a dark horse, you're looking for somebody out there, a name not even mentioned on that list is going to be William Byron. Kid got his first win last year.
Willie B.
Had really, really good runs. If they can put it together, he'll be a contender. But I see a name right here at the bottom of this list in Ryan Blaney at 16-1. If I had money to bet, and I'm looking at odds, that's the money I'm betting, because that kid right there had dominant race cars at numerous races and just could not quite finish it. Now, is 2021 the year where he has dominant race cars and gets the wins is what's important. But those are things you got to look out for. But how they got Harvick above Elliott blows my mind. That's fine and dandy. Maybe wins mean more than a championship. I don't know, but...
That's why we come here, sports fans, because we want to get the brains of big, right?
I mean,
there.
that's just me, right? I mean, I'm just a fan out here. I'm a normal, average guy looking at it, man.
No, he's not. He is a super fan, and if you don't believe me, go to the Atlanta Racetrack website.
That is very true. I am on there.
Superstar Racing Experience, SRX, right?
Yeah. Get ready to get going, man.
The 2021 schedule came out on Monday morning. This is a thing started by Tony Stewart and Ray Evernham.
Yeah.
They're going to do a 6-series race this summer. June 12th. By the way, this is really cool where they're going.
It is.
June 12th, Stafford Motor Speedway, Stafford Springs, Connecticut. One of them boys is from there.
Oh, yeah.
June 19th, Knoxville, Iowa Speedway.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's a big track.
Go
That's
to
a historic
YouTube and
track,
check out
man.
Knoxville. And that ain't Knoxville, Tennessee, Knoxville, Iowa.
And then...
June 26th, Eldora,
yeah, man.
New Weston, Ohio. July 3rd, Lucas Oil Raceway, Indianapolis.
Yeah, it's badass.
That's going to be badass, dude.
Yeah.
July 10th, Slinger, Wisconsin Speedway. And July 17th, the Fairgrounds in Nashville. Yeah, baby! Yeah! Heck yeah!
Hey, well, the only thing I got to say is, damn it, Tony Stewart and Ray Evernham, why not do Coin in September on Labor Day weekend, man? Bring it to DeCoin Raceway, man. Come on.
I read the book on
Let's
DeCoin.
get a little bit down to my home roots, man. Let's get it down there. That's a bad A track, man.
In 2020, the Samantha and Kyle Busch Bundle of Joy Fund assisted 16 families on their infertility journeys. These people wanted to have a baby and they were having a hard time. They gave $176,000 directly to couples seeking IVF treatments. 10 babies were born to Bundle of Joy Fund recipient couples in 2020, which brings the total number of babies born to the Bundle of Joy family to 35.
Yeah, cheers
to that, dude.
Like I said,
I take back everything I ever didn't like about you.
I don't take back anything I ever said about you. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, this is how you get more respect, man. I've always respected Kyle Busch.
You are making people happy.
I have always respected Kyle Busch as a race car driver. I do not so much like his personality and the way he carries himself in certain situations.
Right.
But I will say the older he gets, the better he gets. And this right here is showing me that, hey, man, you know what? You got a really nice side. It's not all about Kyle Busch. Because in my mind, the way I look at himself, I look at him, I think that him and himself, he's worried about Kyle Busch. This shows you're not. Big kudos to you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Big move, spread the love, spread the word, and hey, man, I mean, whatever you're doing.
If you want some more about that,
whatever you're doing's working, man. So, hey, if you're trying to have a baby out there, what I highly suggest is eat some M&Ms, because Kyle Busch is straight spreading love, bro. Spreading love.
In total, since 2015, the Bundle of Joy Fund has helped 70 couples with grants totaling $940,000. Dude, that's almost $1 million.
Yeah, man.
To let
That's
people
huge,
have
man.
babies.
Yeah, that's huge, man.
By the way, Kyle Busch has also got a little boy who's starting to race now, and I recommend that you check out some of those videos, and you'll get a different perspective on him as well. Hey, look, we're running the awesome NASCAR drivers' nicknames. So last time that we were here, we missed a week. We did Kenny Wallace, Herman the German. By the way, Saturday is racing legend A.J. Foyt's birthday. So Let's all wish him a happy birthday. Happy birthday, AJ.
Yes, sir.
Your boy too.
And my boy is coming up too. We're going to talk about some names, and then I'm going to talk about something I want to talk about. Rusty Wallace. Rusty, that's an easy one. Daryl Waltrip, Jaws, and DW. Glenn Wood, the Wood Chopper. Cale Yarborough, the Timmonsville Flash. Henry Unick. By the way, I grew up in DeLand, Florida. This is Daytona. Smokey. Emmanuel Zervakis, the Golden Greek. Now look, I saw a video today that just jumped off the screen at me. Have you ever heard of a guy named Handsome Harry Gant?
I surely have. I surely
Mr.
have.
September.
I surely have. I got an autograph to him that says, "To buck shit from Harry Gant."
Buckshot.
No, well, that's what it's supposed to say, but it says buck shit, which I like it, and I'm cool with that. But
So we're going to talk a little NASCAR history now. And there's a great video on YouTube right now. There's actually a couple of them, but this one was with Kyle Petty talking to Handsome Harry Grant. This dude is 81 years old. He's got a full head of hair. He's got to be coloring his hair. I don't think it's a freaking rug. I think it's his hair.
Oh, I'm sure
he
it
looks
is.
like I'll tell you what's not fake is the dude is buffed.
Right.
I mean, he's got some freaking guns.
Hefty
He
dude,
looks
yeah.
good, man. I mean, he's an 81-year-old man. It gives us all hope, us 63-year-olds. Okay, so he was in the 89 rookie class with senior. Same class. But the coolest story about him is that he partnered up with a Hollywood star that we have connections to here in Savannah, a guy named Burt Reynolds.
oh yeah,
I actually know a lady that knows Burt Reynolds in the biblical sense from back when Burt was here, and a guy named Haille Deegan. Now, Haille Deegan was a movie producer and a stunt man, and went fast in cars. So here's the deal. Haille Deegan went with Lumpy Wheeler to Atlanta. You with me?
I'm with
Your
you.
track.
Yeah, Humpy Wheeler. I'm
And
with you.
Haille Deegan and Lumpy Wheeler are at Atlanta, and they're watching NASCAR cars go around the track, and Haille Deegan goes, "That's really cool. I want to do that. How do I do that?" And Lumpy Wheeler says, "Well, the first thing you got to have is a sponsor. And then you got to have, a car, and you got to have a driver. But first thing you got to have is a sponsor." And literally, no kidding, somewhere in this conversation, Haille Deegan looks up at a TV, and there is a commercial on, and there's a guy talking about Skoal, which is like chewing tobacco. And Haille Deegan goes, "I'll just get them." So, okay.
Yeah,
So Haille Deegan calls Burt Reynolds, his buddy, and says, "Look here, we're going to have a racing team, and I need you to get up with Skoal." So they call Skoal and say, "We'd like to have your senior people come over to Burt Reynolds' house." They fly the jet, they bring the people over there, they come into the mansion, and the music's playing and the angels are singing, and here comes the man himself, Burt Reynolds, down the stairway making a grand entrance. He's probably got girls all around him, he's probably got his tuxedo on. The Skoal guys were like, "Ah,
Yeah.
I'm yours."
Little man sketty showing, I'm sure.
"I'm yours." And then after that, he was the
It's all
Skoal
history,
bandit.
man.
It's all history.
It's all history. Hey, but while we were talking about nicknames, man, let me show this real quick.
Oh yeah.
This is going out to probably our #1 viewer here. By the way, I got a buddy of mine here in town does a lot of these for us, man. Big shout out to B-Rad, as I like to call him. So this is a $1 million bill.
113.21.
Little $1 million bill, man. This is Bill Elliott, $1 million. Only two guys ever won the Winston Million. That'd be Bill Elliott and my guy, Mr. Jeff Gordon, man. So this is going out to my Uncle King, as always.
Uncle King!
I got this shipping out to you real soon.
Uncle King!
So you'll be getting this to hang up at a bar, at your doorstep, on the houseboat, whatever you want to do, Uncle King. This is up to you.
If
man,
you
but I'm
got, by the way,
sending it to you.
DW.
I suspect that if you would like to have,
Oh, I showed it earlier when we were talking about nicknames on Jaws. Got the little DW one, man. Pretty cool one there back in the time.
if you want some of this
Little
artwork for
signature,
your
man.
man cave, drop a comment, call
That's
the
it,
store.
man.
We
Real
can
simple,
get this
doesn't
done.
take long. It's nothing too sophisticated, man. Just a buddy of mine likes to doodle. And it's pretty cool, man. It's nice stuff. We got a couple more coming up in weeks. We'll be using these all year in our fundraisers and giveaways that we do. He's willing to donate, draw some up, willing to donate them in every giveaway we do. Cheer full of, cooler full of joy, whatever we may do. He's willing to draw these up for us, have them on the show, give them away. So big shout out to him, and we're gonna keep it coming, man. So
keep them coming. Mailbag question. This is from an interested listener. Does NASCAR have room, and this is hard, does NASCAR have room for the LGBTQ? Back in the day, I'm an old guy, I would have said the gay community. There's more to it than just gay. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, Q.
2021, everything.
That community. Is there room in NASCAR for that community? That's a damn good question. And as it turns out, as of today, a young man who has been racing for the last 18 years came out and says, hey, guess what? I'm a gay guy. I'm a good racer. I'm a gay guy. I'm doing it. His name is Devin Rouse. He's from Iowa. He's in the Arca Menard series. He's going to be a NASCAR racer that you're going to see on TV. Yeah. He's pretty good. He's going to be spectacular. And you know what? If we saw one thing like from last year is that NASCAR is all about, hey, y'all want to watch racing?
Diversity.
You want to come on down.
It's all
come
about
on
diversity
down
in the sport.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I honestly, from somebody who's watched it for years, I mean, hey, man, as long as you can get behind the wheel and do your thing, that's all that really matters.
That's all they care about.
I'm sure you're going to be judged. I'm sure there's going to be people out there, obviously, that are on the opposite side of the fence that think there's something wrong with that. Your sexual preference and what you do to me as a NASCAR fan, as somebody that really loves the sport and enjoys racing, I could care less what you do in your home or what your sexual preference is. I could care less. If you can get behind that wheel and drive that car, you can be the gayest person ever and win races or do your thing. That's all that matters, man. I'm not judging you by what you do as an individual. I'm judging you by what you do when you get behind the wheel of one of these cars. So if there's any sport that's going to accept that, I mean, we've seen it in football, we've seen it in basketball. You're going to see it in NASCAR. I think that NASCAR is an open sport as far as competitors and as far as what you go. I don't think there's one guy in that garage area that's going to give you any kind of trash about being whatever your sexual preference is. Yep. Now, as far as fans go, I think it's going to be probably two opposite sides of the fence. You're probably going to catch a lot of ish. But at the same time, you're probably going to have a lot of support too, man. So at the end of the day, what I tell you is keep doing your thing. Get behind that wheel of that car, go out and get the finishes you need to have, and
win races. Dude.
Show the haters, man. Hey, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this is what I like or this is what I want. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, judge me by what I do, not by what I am. So
let your car tell the story.
Big shout out, big heart, big courage for that guy, man.
Devin Rouse. And I'm just going to say that I love my daughter and I love my daughter-in-law, Ashley Foulds and Corianne Foulds.
That's it, man.
Hey, thank you, fans, for watching and being part of the show. Hit like and share and submit questions. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. And now, it's time for the second half of the show. Our show is called Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Rubbin' is racing.
Grubbin's tasting, brother.
And it's time to do some tasting. And we have a lovely assistant to help us. This is the lovely Miss Karen Kaiser Davidson, who helps us frequently on this show.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, ma'am.
It's hot.
Yes, you are.
You should cut it. You should cut some of it.
All right. What do we have here tonight?
Stromboli.
This is a Stromboli. And the Stromboli at Coach's Corner is spectacular. It has 4 items in it. Those items are pepperoni, sausage, green pepper, onions, and mozzarella.
And hey, we're forgetting the other one. That's a whole lot of love coming out of this.
There's some love in there.
Man.
And you dip it.
It's a whole lot of love right
You dip it in this lovely, look, I got to hold this up where you can, this right here.
It is really good.
Eat a piece.
Oh, when we turn the camera off, we're going to have this all over our face. This is a delicious, wonderful, hot item. It's cold outside. It's gray. It's overcast. It may even rain.
Hey, were you talking about Karen or the Stromboli?
I obviously ain't talking about her.
All right.
Listen, I had her on a boat ride with me last weekend.
Oh, man.
The sun was out.
Oh, man.
The
JB,
sun was out.
You hear him bragging out here, don't you?
It was spectacular. Look here. You can get anything you want at at Coach's Corner. I'm
That's
just kidding.
it, man.
Listen, thanks, guys. The Coach Carl DeMasi Sports Report with Coach Carl and the AD Chad Griffin is not going to air tonight. They have some actually, those two dudes are in a contest
they're getting it on.
against each other right now.
They're getting it on.
They'll be on the air tomorrow night at 6:15. Listen, the coach and the AD do a great job, and we are asking all of our fans to go to their YouTube channel and subscribe to their great show on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And be sure to tune in to the Hot Grits podcast on iTunes and Spotify.
Travis and Spencer doing
laugh along with those
things,
two.
Man.
They're going to break down the week in sports. Tune in next Wednesday as we talk about all things NASCAR. Big, take us home.
Hey, man, as Dan said, here we go on another episode of Rubbin' and Grubbin', getting ready to start out the 2021 season here in about 3 weeks, man. Hey, big shout out to Coach Carl DeMasi and the AD Chad Griffin going head-to-head tonight. Those guys are usually on this show paired up, talking everything football in Savannah. Hey, good luck to both y'all. I don't know who to say better luck to, but good luck to both y'all. Travis and Spencer on Hot Grits podcast right here, Coach's Sports Network. Now, with y'all being said, like I said, I heard you talking this. You better come up with that bet, and we're going to shake hands on that. Second best, the Erb Brothers getting ready to get it going, man. They're getting ready to do their thing. They're all going to be in this bowling tournament. Hey, at the end of the day, big shout out to John and Adele Henderson again, as always, for letting us do our thing live right here at Coach's Corner, Thunderbolt, Georgia, the center of the universe. Come get you some of this Stromboli. Come get you some of these dogs. Come get you some of these wings. Whatever you may want, they got you right here. Hey, Mascot Savannah, till the next episode of Rubbin' and Grubbin', stay safe. And as always, wash your hands, man.
We love you.
I'm waiting to see what bet them young bucks come up with.
Dude, that's
I'm ready
the best one of those things I've ever had right
I'm
there.
ready to get me a little bit of that.